Good morning and welcome back to the Homestead. My name is Kristen if you're new here, and this week I will take you along with me while I go on about my day, and I just want to show you what a week looks like on our cozy little homestead here in Estonia. I think it might be really fun for you guys to watch. We are starting off on this Tuesday morning, very gray morning, might I say. Let me show you the weather. It's a very gray morning. It actually snowed earlier today. There was snow on the ground everywhere here, but by now it's melted, which I'm very thankful for. I just worked around 2 hours on my laptop right now, and I'm doing a little break because I haven't had breakfast yet. You can also see that I'm still in my pajamas. When I'm in home office, I don't typically get ready until after I've had my breakfast. I just like to get up, maybe wake up with my first coffee for like 20-30 minutes, and then get going and start my workday. I am just the most productive in the morning, so I really like to get kind of a head start. And for those of you who don't know, I work as a veterinary pathologist, and I'm also doing my doctorate in veterinary histology. And there has been a lot of stress lately. Because I am just finishing up my doctorate, and because I am finishing up my doctorate, there is just a lot of things I have to do at the moment, and it's a very high stress era or phase of my life. That's why I'm even more thankful to be able to work in home office some of the days. And I'm actually having this seed bread for breakfast this morning. I like it really crunchy. It's almost like a chip now. It's with carrots and walnuts and pumpkin seeds and things like that. My dad sometimes sends me this from Germany. I love this. So good. We buy this at Aldi usually. But yeah, so I have been working since about 7:30 this morning on my laptop, and I'm just doing my first break. It's now almost 11 o'clock, so I'm having my breakfast now, and after that I'm gonna get ready and then work some more. And then in the afternoon, after I'm finished working, we are gonna go to the greenhouse because I want to start my 2026 pumpkin patch. I am kind of late, I think, with the seed starting for pumpkins, cucumbers. I know that I wrote down last year that I wanted to start them at the end of March, so earlier than last year. Last year I think I started them at mid-April. I know it's still early April, so I'm still earlier than last year, but like I said, I wanted to actually get this project done at the end of March, but because I'm finishing my doctorate at the moment, there's just so many things I had to take care of, and I just didn't have the time or energy to do it. And I also wanted to take you guys along with me while I'm doing this, so I thought today was gonna be the perfect opportunity for that. And I have a lot of new exciting pumpkin varieties that I've never tried out before. And then later I will also prep some dinner or some part of the dinner for tomorrow. We already have dinner prepped for today. I did that yesterday. And we're having chili con carne today, which I'm really excited about. It tastes so good. I tried it when I made it yesterday. And I'm very thankful to myself that I did that yesterday, just because I'm saving a lot of time today. And just to be real, we are not always this fancy. We don't always have our cold cuts and cheese on platters like this. This is just left over from Easter brunch on Monday. Just want to be real here. Although I would like to be that fancy all the time. I might have gone a little too heavy on the contouring. The sponge of this squeegee bottle is broken, so I'm just basically putting it directly on my face. And I might have gone a little too heavy. I'm gonna try to blend it out. I am done getting ready. I just did a very simple, easy makeup. Took me less than 15 minutes. And now we gotta continue working. By the way, I gotta take care of these dishes later as well. Gotta have a clean kitchen. Okay friends, I just got done working. To be quite honest with you, I do not have the energy to go out into the garden today and start my seeds. I do not have the energy. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I think actually tomorrow will be a little bit easier. I've done most of the work that I will have to do tomorrow today already. But what I do have to deal with right now is this pile of dishes in my sink. We gotta get the dishwasher loaded. I think this was, yeah, this is not clean, so we just gotta get the dishwasher loaded and running. But my hair is kind of annoying me right now, so we gotta braid it first. I don't know about you, but the dishes always pile up so quickly for us because I do a lot of home cooking. I guess that's why. I had some carrot salad for lunch and some chicken kebab meat and some butter rice that I made for dinner yesterday evening, and we just had some leftovers from that. Okay, we are gonna prep dinner for tomorrow now, or at least part of it. I'm gonna do a pie crust because I want to do a quiche. We need all-purpose flour. I don't know if we need anything more from here. I don't think so. We need half a cup of ice cold water. We can get extremely cold water from our faucet, so I don't need to use any ice. 2 teaspoons of vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar here. I will link the recipe down in the description box below. I have used this recipe before and it's honestly the best pie crust recipe I have ever had. It's just, it turns out perfect every single time and it's super easy. You need a teaspoon of salt. I adapt this pie crust recipe just a little bit by adding about 2 teaspoons of sugar. This is a very tiny spoon. That's why it's like half a teaspoon. So if I do 4 of these, it adds up to 2 little teaspoons, and I just dropped it into my water mixture. Very cold butter. It's better if you use like frozen butter and cut it into cubes, but as long as you use cold butter, it's fine. It says 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is around 230 grams. And now we need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Oh, I always make a mess every single time that I use these cups. Do not overmix the dough. You kind of want these butter flakes that are like popping out everywhere here. This will give you like the best flakiest crust. I'm gonna plop this one in the fridge until we need it tomorrow. This is the one for tomorrow. Can put it here. I do have some cold fermentation pizza dough going. This is probably gonna be for Friday, I think. I started that yesterday. I just love how easily this pie crust comes together all the time. Now we gotta clean up this mess right here. And for the quiche, I am gonna use spinach, which I have in my fridge. I've also found out that I have some overwintering spinach in my garden the other day, but there is nowhere near enough that we could use it like in a recipe, at least not at the moment. But for this quiche, I am gonna use spinach, cherry tomatoes, and I think some salmon would be nice. You see, I reused this freezer bag from my pie crust, which I made on Thanksgiving last year, to freeze my salmon. So that's just so funny. But yeah, we are gonna thaw this in the fridge, of course, until tomorrow, and then we're gonna make the quiche tomorrow. Amazing, we got dinner sorted. I think I can actually take out the chili as well, so it can warm up to room temperature. Here it is. And I do need to vacuum this floor, so we gotta do that right now. I'm gonna watch a little bit of Germany's Next Top Model now until I feel like ready for dinner. Christo's gonna come home a little late tonight because he's gonna do a service on one of our cars, so he's probably gonna eat later today. But I'm not really hungry yet because I had a very late lunch, so I'm gonna wait until I'm hungry and then I'm gonna eat dinner. Felt so good to just make up the couch a little bit. It always looks like a mess. And clean the floors. And by the way, I didn't show you yet, but look how cute. I got this Easter basket from Christo, and he put like lilies, which are my favorite flowers. He put lily bulbs in here, which I do have to plant. Look at those. 2 packages, Easter grass seeds, and some actual yarn. 3 colors, and he said he bought these colors because he thinks that these look like Easter eggs. And then also this basket, such an underrated basket. Honestly, it looks so freaking cute. He loves when I knit. He thinks it's so cozy and like cuddly. And I started knitting not too long ago, I think like maybe 1 or 2 months ago. And this is my first project. I'm making a scarf. Don't judge, please. But yeah, how cute is this Easter basket? I was just not expecting it at all, and I was just so happy about it. And then I also have other news that I didn't tell you yet. I'm so excited. We are going to Rhodes, Chris and I, and we're going on the 23rd of April, so 1 day before my birthday. So it's not too far off. We hadn't had a proper vacation since 2019. At least I didn't. I don't know about Christo. I don't think he has had a proper vacation in like 6 years. So it has been a very, very long time for us since our last proper vacation, because every time we go to Germany, we obviously like work at my mom's house, or when we stay here, we work at our house. So it's not an actual vacation, and we just need like a timeout, like a complete timeout, just chill, relax time, completely mind off. And I am so excited for that trip. I didn't like want to say anything until we're actually there. I am vlogging it. I decided to vlog it just because I want to take you guys along with me, and I will show you all the hopefully nice things. But yeah, more to that when we're actually going to Rhodes. It's not too far off. It's like 16 days from today. So yeah, I'm just so happy. I'm so excited. We both are. We can't stop talking about it. We literally talk about it every single day. Now, I'm just gonna watch some Germany's Next Top Model to also relax after my work day. And I'll probably show you when I eat my chili later. welcome back on this Wednesday. I'm currently in our garage and I'm gonna head out into our garden now to start the seeds finally that we didn't get to do yesterday. And of course I'm gonna take you along with me. The weather is better today than it was yesterday. It is kind of chilly though, but I'm sure that in the greenhouse it's gonna be a lot warmer. And look what kind of things are growing in my greenhouse already. Here are some broad beans that are slowly coming up. They're looking beautiful. We have winter lettuce or some heads of lettuce. Some dill that guards scattered from last year's seeds. I let my dill go to seed purposefully because I wanted to save seeds, and I think some of the seeds just got scattered, which is totally fine. Nothing against that. Then we have lemon thyme plopped in here everywhere because my tomatoes are gonna grow in here in just about 2 months. We have purple sprouting broccoli that I direct sowed and it's just popping up. More dill, Napa cabbage, sugar snap peas, and broccoli, and some garlic that I just plopped in here for fun. We have a bunch of seedlings here, a whole lot of different ones. Spring onions, lovage that hasn't come up yet, but I hope it will. These chives that we transplanted together, and I have harvested from here already. For a second I was doubting if they were gonna make it, but they did, and I'm so happy that they did. And then in about 1 month we can find them a permanent spot in the garden. Then we have our onion seedlings. Those are looking great as well. I need to fertilize those. And in the other planter we have these mustard leaves, which I'm growing for salad. It's my first time growing this mustard leaves. It's called Frizzy Joe. It's a Japanese mustard, and I've tried like one baby leaf the other day and it legit tastes like mustard. I don't know why I was so surprised by it, but I really like it. And I think from here on out I'm gonna grow this in my greenhouse like in the spring, because maybe in the fall as well, because it's just a nice addition to a salad, you know. I have kohlrabi here, some purple Vienna variety. We have shelling peas, more dill obviously, more lemon thyme, some cauliflower, walking onions, and they have overwintered in this greenhouse. Then we have more winter lettuce here, and some more Napa cabbage and oregano back there. So a wild mix. And now we're gonna pick out our pumpkin seeds for the pumpkins we're gonna grow this year. I am so excited. If you've been here long enough, you know that pumpkins are one of my favorite things to grow. Okay, maybe we gotta open a window though. It's getting kind of hot when the sun is shining. Okay, let's start with pumpkins and go through these together. Sweet dumpling, yes. Acorn squash, cream of the crop, yes. I don't know how to pronounce this. Nagi debosi? Nagi debosi? Nagi debosi? I don't know. Yes, anyway. Spaghetti squash, absolutely yes. Pot de marron, yes. Uchiki curry, yes. Jack be little, yes. No, my problem is that I don't say no to any of these pumpkins. Oh my gosh, we're gonna end up with so many, I just know it. Okay, let's continue. I have more pumpkin seeds, if you can believe it. These are pumpkin decor, but most of these are edible too. I know that I definitely want to grow this baby boo pumpkin. I've never grown this before. I've never grown most of these before, other than the Hokkaido type pumpkins. I tried growing spaghetti squash 1 year, but it didn't work out, and the Muscat de Provence pumpkin also, but they just didn't germinate. But I hope that these seeds are better. It's a different company, so I hope these will germinate. But baby boo, yes. I think I'm good on these ornamental pumpkins this year. Oh, I loved having these Turk's turban pumpkins last year as decor on my front porch. They are just so pretty, but this year I want to go for more of like a white, creamy, muted color decor look on my front porch. So I don't know. Oh, pink banana. Oh, this is also a nice one. It's really good, like culinary pumpkin. I saved some seeds from my own pumpkins. This is honey nut, so this we are gonna grow. And this cool green one, Marina di Gioggia. I don't know. This one, I think we also want to grow maybe one of these. Let me see how many varieties we are growing this year. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different varieties. How many pumpkins is enough? The answer is there's never enough. Then I also want to grow melons this year. At least I want to try. So I'm going to go with these Charente melons. I really like their taste. And now we got to choose the cucumbers. I want to grow, I usually like to grow mostly like salad cucumbers, not the pickling variety. And I like to grow snack cucumbers. So I'm going to grow Nikki Ford. This is my favorite salad cucumber. So good, so prolific. Love. We're going to grow that. I want to grow the salad cucumber Fatum. Oh, you know, instead of this Fatum, I think I'm going to go with these Chinese Slangen cucumbers. These seeds are kind of expired this year in January, but I'm still gonna try to like grow these. Oh, and then a snacking cucumber, which I love, is Pony H. They're very like tiny, and I just love these. We're gonna grow these. Then I have my exotic cucumbers here. I have like a white cucumber, but I don't think I'm gonna try to grow this year. I'm gonna try to grow it maybe next year. But what I do want to grow are Mexican cucumbers, so cucamelons. I love these. Cristo loves these. We are total fans of these. So cucamelons, yes. I also have these seeds for lemon cucumbers, but I don't know. Maybe we're not gonna grow these. Oh, I also bought these Cornichons de Paris. They are these very tiny, like pickling cucumbers. Should I grow these this year? I think I'm gonna wait with these until next year, although they do sound cool. But I have so many varieties already this year. I think I'm gonna leave these out. Then one other thing I want to start today is this sugar or this sweet corn. It's this really beautiful like speckled corn, like it's white and butter yellow. Okay, I got all these containers filled up, and honestly, these trays are filled to the brim. There's like one little spot left here. This whole row alone is gonna be Hokkaido or Ochikikori, I should say. And now we gotta decide how many seeds of each variety we're gonna plant. I will start with my favorite, Ochikikori. I think I'm gonna do 2 seeds of these per container, just because I don't know how well these germinate. And I don't want to end up with an like empty container. I'm gonna label these right away, otherwise I will forget. It's not a if, it's a when. Then next up is Potimarron. I have never tried this one. So it says it has a yellow-orange flesh, fragrant with chestnut-like taste. Picked fruits keep well during winter. Early variety maturing within 85 to 95 days after sowing. That's crazy. Maybe we do 2 of those. And I just decided that I'm not gonna start any flowers from like seedlings this year. I'm gonna direct sow all of them because I'm running out of space inside to manage seedlings already, and I still have zucchini to start, so I can't deal with any more seedlings inside, so they will have to be direct sowed this year. Next up, I'm gonna start this acorn squash. I've also never ever tried this. It's called cream of the crop, and it has this really pretty, like, I don't know, beige yellowish butter yellow color. I feel like I should also do 2 maybe. There's a lot of seeds in this package. I've also never tried this sweet dumpling before, but it looks so cool. It says it's 105 days till maturation. The pumpkin is about 200 grams, which is really tiny. And yeah, we'll see how these are gonna come out. Honestly, the seeds don't look too good. They're like very crumply. Usually the corn seeds I have, they're very plump. These look very crumply. It's the whole pack, so I don't know if these are gonna germinate. Okay, just to update you, we have 18 pumpkin plants, 4 uchikikuri, 2 potimarron, 2 cream of the crop. We have 2 sweet dumpling, 2 Jack B. Little, 2 baby boo, 1 of this Nagi de Bossy, and then 1 Muscat de Provence. Then we have 1 baby spaghetti, 1 honey nut, and we have 8 cucumber plants. I did forget to sow this Marina di Chioggia, but we are gonna do a little experiment with it. I'm gonna sow 2 seeds here, and I will keep this little container here in my greenhouse, and we will see if they will germinate and pop up and grow, because I have no space anymore on these trays here to have them inside. I don't know how I could have even more pumpkins in my garden than last year. I don't even know where I'm gonna put them, honestly. I am gonna put probably some here next to the composters, because we are making a flower bed there, and it can be like a border of the flower bed. I will probably have some growing on this other side of my greenhouse. We can definitely plop a few here. Then here is where the pumpkin patch was last year. You can see where I had the textile mulch. We are also gonna put some here, and we're gonna add 1 more in-ground bed here this year. And then I might actually put some at the beginning of the garden as well, just because I have 18 plants. I need to find space for them. Oh, and the little, it's really windy, I hope you can hear me. The little pumpkins I wanna grow on one of these arches. So I probably want to have the baby blue pumpkins here, and we are hopefully gonna add more arches here, because I want to grow my cucumbers on those as well. We have 8 cucumbers, including the 2 cucumber plants, so 6 like actual cucumbers and 2 cucumber plants, which is a lot. But I do want to make a lot of pickles, and we eat a ton of cucumbers fresh every single year. I'm gonna take these inside now, because I need to get dinner started, our quiche, if you remember from yesterday. And yeah, I'll see you inside. So I brought our seeds, or seedlings I should say, inside, and I decided that we could actually take some things from the garden for our quiche. And we don't have a lot of things yet. Oh, by the way, our garlic is looking fantastic. Let me show you. It's looking so good. This is all hard neck garlic, and then the soft neck is finally popping up as well. What we can take for the quiche are actually some chives. We have a lot of chives here. I think this is enough, and they will regrow, no problem. Then another thing that we can take is oregano that survived the winter, which I'm still amazed about, to be honest. The oregano smells so fragrant. I don't know if we have anything else for the quiche. I don't think we do. Or we could take, you know, a little sprig of lemon thyme. This one, we can take one from here. 2, 3, and maybe this green onion, or this onion green from my walking onions, and maybe another one from here. Okay, I think that's enough. Also, I think we are gonna get to -3 tonight, so I'll have to go back in the evening and close our greenhouse up.
Hanging on, walking tall. Some days I got no use for it all. Working hard, making less. Some days are bad, bad at best. Foolish notion, foolish lies. I set to thinking I could make something of me, playing every game except the lottery, serving everybody else and told myself I'm free. Misery is a showy state of bad company. Foolish notion, foolish lies, foolish notions. They cut me down to size. You came along and lifted me up. The going got tough, but the tough got some love.
Good morning. I'm just about to leave to work. It's extremely early, but I'm heading out to the greenhouse because I have to open at least a window, otherwise my plants will get cooked in there, because it's gonna be a very sunny day and the ground is frozen. It's very crunchy. It's still -2 right now. And we went ahead yesterday evening and covered my plants. It's about 6:30 right now. Christo did a great job covering these. I actually didn't come out here by myself. He did it for me, and I'm so thankful he did that. Should really install these automatically opening window hatches here, because sometimes I have that problem like today, like I have to leave really early and it's still very cold, and I don't wanna ask Christo to do it because he's not a morning person, and I don't want to add another thing to his list in the morning. So I'm just gonna do it this way. Most of the plants in there, I think all of them are frost hardy anyway, and my rosemary died like 3 weeks ago. I have to buy new ones because I think it's too late to start them from seed, but we'll see. Maybe I will do that still. So I'm gonna get to work now, but before I'm going to work, I actually have to go to my doctor to get my allergy shot. I am doing for 2 years already this thing called hyposensibilization, because I have a ton of allergies, and I just would like to get rid of at least some of them, especially the dust mite and dust allergy. That is the one bothering me the most. I am cleaning every single day in our house, but you know, the allergy, it seems like the allergy is winning. I don't know if that whole hyposensibilization thing is actually doing anything to me, because there is a chance that it's not working. I don't know. I don't know, I probably can't film at work because I am teaching today, but I will take you with me after work because we have to head to the grocery store. I haven't been all week, so we're gonna do that together. Fueling right now is definitely a luxury experience. Whew. And this is even the cheapest gas station. And we are getting a discount on it. Crazy. Welcome back from my car. I'm currently on my lunch break. There is a garden center very close to where I work, and I was thinking yesterday that I need more of these trays to keep my seedlings in, because I also need them in the summer when I'm growing my peppers in the greenhouse, to have them beneath my pepper containers so I can water them from below rather than from above, which is better for your plants. And I do not have enough trays, so I need to go pick some of them up. I don't want these like regular plastic trays. The trays I have, they're this very like sturdy type of plastic. They won't break, at least not easily. They're very, very sturdy, and I got them here. So I'm gonna go into the garden center now and try to pick up, or try to see if they even have these trays still. And I'm also probably gonna pick up some larger like seedling containers, because I need to pot a bunch of my plants, and I do not have enough containers, if you can't believe it. But I did start a lot more seedlings this year than I did the past years, so that's why. But without further ado, let's get into this garden center. Gonna grab a cart just in case. It always smells incredible here. And look how beautiful this is. Wow. Gorgeous colors. But I've got to stay away from plants because I really do not need any more plants, at least at the moment. So we're gonna stay away from those. Very dangerous. They have seedlings and citrus trees here also. Look how gorgeous these are looking. And I'm happy to report that my calamondin tree is looking amazing. I do need rosemary, but I don't know if I need that big of a plant. This is $2.49. Okay, I gotta focus on the trays first, and then we'll see if we will pick up some rosemary, because that was on my list, to be fair. I'm getting distracted by all the citrus trees. These are the containers, or the container size that I want. I'm gonna pick up 2 of these. I also gotta stay away from this pumpkin seeds, because I do not need any more pumpkin seeds. Can't see the trays right now. They have these here, but this is the plastic that breaks easily. You see how it bends? These are not the ones I've been buying. I gotta look, maybe they have them somewhere else. Okay, it seems like they don't have the other trays anymore. I will take one of these trays just in case because I really do need them. This is only 120. I am gonna use this until it breaks in half basically. I don't know about the rosemary though. By the way, they have bay leaf here. So cool. Last year I missed out on that. I will definitely take this and put it up at home. So cool. I love bay leaf. It would be so fun to have your own bay leaf at home. I am gonna leave the rosemary alone right now just because I can get it at a much better price at our local hardware store when they get it once the season opens. And I could also buy it from the grocery store, which is then gonna be an established plant already. Or I could propagate it even from the sprigs that you get in these little bags at the grocery store. But I just saw that they had their outdoor section open already. Look how gorgeous. Aren't these cute? It looks so orange in the camera, but it's actually more yellow. Very pretty anyway. But I do have enough of violets or pansies at home at the moment. I don't know. Just feels so good when you're at the garden center and the sun is shining and you're looking at plants outside. There's literally nothing better. Oh, they have roses also. For a good sale price, it's $8.90. Not too bad. But do I need them right now? Not really. I'm trying not to buy that much things before we go on vacation because then I don't have to have someone take care of those things when we're on vacation. We're not gone for that long, but still. Look how cool this looks. I love these. What actually is that? Larix. Stiff weeper. It looks so cool. I love how this just cascades down. This would be a nice plant as well. Oh, I could spend hours here. I'm not kidding you. But I don't have that much time, unfortunately. At some point, we also have to buy a lot of strawberry starts because I think actually that our strawberries didn't survive the winter. They were outside the whole time, not covered, which was totally my fault. I just forgot about them. But I think we need to buy strawberry starts again this year. And I want a whole bed to be just strawberries. We just have grown them in containers and pots, which is fine, but I want to grow a lot of strawberries, and that's why we need a strawberry bed, a designated strawberry bed. So hopefully we can grow an abundance of strawberries. I also love garden stakes like that. So pretty. But my mother-in-law and I were gonna go to a tree school at the end of April, after we're back from vacation. Or it might be early May, but we're gonna go to a tree school and I'm gonna probably buy some garden stakes there because I don't have that many and I just love them. These are also really pretty. I love that rustic color or rust color. And we need to buy trellises to put in between our beds. Arch trellises, I'm talking. I don't know if it shows up like that on camera, but this is astronomically large. It's huge. And so stunning. I would love to have something like that in our garden, but it's also 800. Absolutely not. I can make that for cheaper. It is pretty though. I actually want a water feature in my landscaping that I made, but we're also gonna do that ourselves because these water features are expensive. They're $300 for this. This is almost 400. They're really pretty, but I can make them myself. That was a lunch break well spent. I show you what I got. I got this bay leaf, this tray, 2 of these larger containers. I mean, 2 packs of these larger containers, 1 pack of these 124 pack of these smaller containers, and a triple shot of espresso. It is much needed today because this allergy shot always makes me so tired. And I got up really early as well. I got up around like 5:30 or something. So I'm gonna drink this now. I don't get coffee out very often, but I'm very grateful for this today. I'm gonna go back to work now, and then I'll see you again afterwards because we have to go grocery shopping still today. So I'll see you then. We are at Prisma and we're gonna do our grocery shop now. I want to get this project done quickly because I'm super tired. That coffee did nothing to me. I just want to get home. I have my digital list as always. I really only need the things that are on here. I need these ecological dishwasher tabs, but this is a really bad price for them. I can get them for half the amount at Remy. What we do need though is this kitchen paper. That was actually not on my list, but I always need kitchen paper. Now off to the fresh food section. We do need some things there. Oh, and we do need these chips. Crystal loves these, and I can only get them here, so I will take a few packs of these. We need fresh carrots. Look at this huge carrot. That's crazy. $0.78 for almost 2 kilos of carrots. That's a steal of a deal. $1.65 for the cucumber. Cucumbers are expensive. We need some bananas. I think these look good. $0.87. $0.34 for this whole bag of apples. I wanted to buy brown rice, which I did, but I also saw that they have the oats here, and I'm very curious about these. I saw these last time when I was here together with you guys, and I think this would be really fun as a brown rice or a rice substitute, at least to try out. And this isn't a huge bag, so I don't know. I'm gonna try these definitely. They intrigue me. Look at this huge bag of pasta. It's 5 kilos. Crazy. We need some milk. I want to bake some bread this week still. I haven't baked sourdough in quite a long time, and I think it's time again. They have here a really good selection of breads as well. I like the ciabatta that has these sun-dried tomatoes in it. It's so good. I actually haven't bought bread since last year, I think end of November or something. I've baked sandwich bread and sourdough all the time, but I haven't baked in quite a long time. We still have some in our freezer, but I think this week is our week. We are gonna bake some bread, some sourdough at least. And they used to have this cheese here, this polar cheese as block cheese, and I'm looking for it right now, but it seems like either they are sold out or they don't carry it anymore, which I hope they still carry it because it's my favorite. But they did change the label from the polar cheese. There was a reindeer on there before, and now there's not anymore. I don't like the new label. And sometimes things taste better because of the label. I have that, I don't know. The cheese prices here are out of the roof. I only buy my cheese on sale usually. Not here, usually at Remy or I don't know, at Lidl or something that has a discount, because I'm not gonna pay €5 for a block of cheese. And I just decided to also pick up one of these ciabattas that I told you about that have the sun-dried tomatoes inside. They're just so good. I'm kind of craving for one. I just bought a ton of coffee beans the other day because they were on sale, and now they came out with these cool new kind of like varieties. Very intriguing, but not today. I can still pick one up like in the future. I'm sure they will have something like that again. Sometimes you just gotta battle your FOMO while shopping. They have so crazy products here, like water chestnuts. Never seen these. Marinated patty pan squash. I'm actually growing patty pan squash the first time this year, but I'm really excited about it because they look so cute, and I love zucchini from the garden, so I think this will be a fun like addition. These are a great low carb snack. They're not low calorie, but they are low carb. The other products I think I'm gonna get like at the end of the week, probably at Lidl, because they're more cheaper there. So if I can save some money on food, I will. And I think I'm actually ready to go check out now. I'll see you at home. Good afternoon on this Friday. We have a bunch of things to do right now. We have to prep dinner. I want to make freezer pizzas from my dough that I prepped on Monday from this cold fermentation dough. And I was just at the grocery store because I picked up the few things that I didn't get yesterday. And I also picked up some packages because I had ordered this organic root stimulant. I just thought it would come in handy when it comes to like propagating things from branches like apple trees or something, which I do want to do this summer. And I also picked up some rosemary from the grocery store. Sorry, I'm so excited. So I picked up this, bag of rosemary. How much is in here? 50 grams of rosemary. Let me open that for you, because there are a lot of sprigs of rosemary in here. Look at how much rosemary is in here. It smells so good, and it looks really fresh as well. It's from Italy. And what I want to do is I want to try to propagate this with my root juice that I have ordered here. We're gonna pick out the best looking sprigs right now, and I've seen this online. I've never tried it, but I've seen online that you can propagate rosemary from cuttings like this. So we're gonna try it out, and I will update you in the coming videos on how it's working. Because if I could get like, let's say 10 plants or something from this, that would be a huge money saver, and I would be super happy with that. Because this whole box of rosemary just cost me around like $2.30. And if you remember, the plant yesterday at the garden center was $2.90. So I'm hoping this will work. So I just filled these with water. Now we're gonna add some root juice. I actually don't know what this is made from. I have to check. It smells just like hummus. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm gonna add like half a bottle cap to each one of these little containers. Oops. Or maybe that's enough already, I think. Yeah, I think this is enough. I think you only need like a little bit. Maybe I added too much here. We'll see. And then I think what you do is you kind of like pull some of the greenery off. Or I think you can even just plop it in there. I will pull some off and cut them at the bottom just so they can suck up like the water. If this is gonna work, I'm gonna do this every year from now on, because rosemary from seed, I always forget about it. Look at, and these are like nice big sprigs also. Oh my gosh, look at this huge sprig. They're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 side shoots. And it has a really thick stem. So I filled these 2 containers up with a bunch of sprigs. I think I have like 15 sprigs or something in here. And we're gonna see how this is gonna turn out. And by the way, this root juice is not a rooting hormone. It's just a root stimulant, because I think, I'm not sure, but I think in the EU, a rooting hormone is actually banned or not allowed for private use. I don't know if it's just for private use or commercial use, but as far as I know, I think it's not allowed. So I will take these and I will put them next to my sink so I can keep an eye on them. By the way, I have propagated celery here for the last like 3 weeks or something, and you can see it has grown roots. I'm gonna plant these out soon. This was from celery that I bought from the store. You know, you can just buy the celery like in bunches. This like one plant, but it didn't have the roots attached. You know, they cut it always off. But as long as the celery heart is intact, you can grow them back. Just put them in water. I didn't even use the root juice back then because I didn't have it. It just arrived today. Just put them in water. Keep the water like fresh, and over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks they will develop roots. And you should not keep them in like a sunny spot. Just pop them like on your sink or something. It's gonna be fine. And you can see I have regrown celery. Now I will have, when I will plant these out, they will actually grow beautiful celery. I have done the same thing last year and my celery was growing no problem all season long. So that's a big tip for you guys if you just want to, you know, double the value what you get for your money. So we got the propagating project done. Now we're gonna prep dinner. And I also fed my sourdough starter this morning. It hasn't doubled yet, but it's going there, I can see. Because I do want to bake some sourdough bread this weekend. And right now we are gonna prep dinner. We're gonna do some chicken breast filled with mozzarella that I didn't get to yesterday. I was just so dead tired when I got home. These are ones we bought yesterday. And I don't know what I'm gonna do on the side. Actually, by the way, I think we can use the rosemary that we just took off those sprigs. I think we can just chop it up. Maybe not all of it, but definitely some. And the rest I will just dry out and use in the future. But I will go ahead and wash this as well. And I'm just stuffing this mozzarella in here. I will close it with toothpicks, but we first have to put our tomatoes also in here. If I had pesto, I would definitely use some, but I don't. So I'll just have to be a little creative with what I'm using. I'm using 2 tomatoes for this small little chicken breast. Then I'm gonna use a generous amount of rosemary. And I also need to use the store-bought basil up. So we're just gonna take the tops off of this. I'll see if this regrows, but I doubt it. Also gonna just stuff it in there. Oh, this smells so good. Gonna add some olive oil to our baking dish. And I will cut up just some more tomatoes to go in with the chicken. I still don't know what side I'm doing. I'm kind of contemplating if I should do the oats that we bought yesterday that were gonna be like a brown rice substitute, or if I should cook up some pasta. I really don't know. I have this garlic still in my fridge that is from last year's garden. This is so old. I harvested this in July, but it's still good. Actually, I'm just gonna cut off these roots and then plop it in there as it is. So now we'll add some salt. Crushed black and white pepper. And some of this chicken spice. Also gonna use some oregano, just a little bit. And some more olive oil. And you know what? I just decided I am gonna do the oats. I'm really intrigued by them. I don't know. I just really want to try these. But when this is gonna go in the oven, we're gonna cover it up with some aluminium foil. And then probably at the end just gonna broil it or, you know, bake it so it gets a little browning. So this goes to the fridge now. And I'm already gonna pull out our pizza dough because this has to warm up before we can work with it. Got my mise en place done for the pizza. And we are gonna shape our pizzas now. Look how beautiful and bubbly this dough is. It's sunken in here because I checked it earlier. Let me see if I can show you. How beautiful does this look? And this is not a sourdough recipe, this is just made with yeast. So pretty. Step 1, coffee. Step 2, use a lot of flour on your surface. Gonna set this one ball aside. In no means am I a pizza professional, but I will say that my homemade pizzas always turn out fire, so I must be doing something right. Can you see that there are areas that are thinner? We want to work away from those. We want an even dough, so we're gonna just gently work the areas that are a bit thicker, like here, until they stretch out. Before we continue with the pizzas, I will go ahead and put my chicken in the oven, because this needs at least half an hour, probably more like 45 minutes. So earlier I realized that I had no passed tomatoes anymore, and I just used my homemade tomato sauce, my last pack of it last week. So this is the only tomato product that is suitable for my pizza right now. These are cherry tomatoes in tomato juice. So I'll be just gently spreading it on there because it's very liquidy. By the way, can you please admire how bubbly this pizza dough is? So gorgeous. See, there are these like whole cherry tomatoes in here. I'm just gonna use these. I'm just gonna like flatten them out here. And I like to spread my sauce all the way to the crust of the pizza, so to the edge. And I bake these up at around 210 to 230 degrees Celsius for around 18 minutes. We have a specific pizza setting in our oven, so I usually use that. But if you just use the upper lower heat, it will be fine. And some red onions, a lot of them. We love red onions on pizza. I'm also growing a lot of red onions this year. Onions in general, I'm growing a ton of. Then this Estonian smoked salami. And homemade pizzas have so much more substantiality to them. I don't know if that's even the right word. But Chris and I have noticed that we keep full a lot longer if we eat a homemade pizza versus a frozen pizza from the grocery store, no matter which one. because it's a cold fermented dough. I think we use like really good ingredients. I think this is just why it keeps us full so much longer. If we buy frozen pizzas from the grocery store, usually I eat one myself and Christo eats one himself, but if we have these homemade ones, we usually share one because you get full so much faster. I think also because we're adding a lot more toppings, but it keeps you full also longer. I'm not saying the grocery store pizzas are bad, but if I can choose between homemade and grocery store, I will choose homemade. Looks so good already. Now the cheese, I have grated cheddar cheese here, light cheddar. Not gonna add too much. Last time we added blue cheese onto our pizzas and it was so good, but I don't have any at home right now, so we gotta work with what we have. So I will flash freeze it like that. That's why I have the plate below. They are very fragile, so you gotta be careful. I will freeze it like that for around usually just overnight, but I think if you do it like 3 to 4 hours, you'll be fine. I just usually forget about them. That's why I freeze them overnight. But I do take them out the next day and I just wrap them in cling film, or you can use these like freezer bags, and you can store them in there for however long you want. And that works perfectly. I'm gonna finish this pizza now and then I will see you, or I will show you our dinner later. And I can see that my sourdough starter is almost doubled, so probably I will be making up a sourdough tonight, at least the dough part. After our dinner, which was delicious by the way, we just had a little downtime and then we went down to our local lake and we just chilled there for a bit and enjoyed the view. Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't know if you can see these, but there are a lot of fish down there. There are like a lot of them everywhere here, also bigger ones. Can you see? Look how many there are. So later that same night, I started making my sourdough bread that I wanted to make the whole week already. And I used all-purpose flour for this. And just so you know, all-purpose flour is not the flour you want to use when you're doing sourdough. I was just experimenting with it a little bit. And I did ferment it overnight, which was definitely too long. You will see that the bread came out over fermented. When you're using bread flour in overnight, fermentation can be okay. My dough was also in a little bit of a cooler spot. I had hoped that it wouldn't be over fermented, but like I said, I just wanted to experiment a little bit, and I tried to kind of recreate that bread that I bought in the store the other day with sun-dried tomatoes and cheese on top. And taste-wise, this bread turned out amazing. It's just that the texture was not really there because of the over fermentation. So I think next time I will do this, I will use bread flour, and I'm sure that then the fermentation and the texture will be right as well. Good morning on this Sunday morning. I honestly forgot to vlog most of the day yesterday. We were just really busy renovating our guest room upstairs. I will show you how it turned out in probably my next vlog. Just because right now there's not much to see. We just took all of the floor out and we painted the ceiling. So now we're gonna put new floor in, and I also have to order some furniture for it. But I'm just about to make my first coffee of the day, and I will show you the bread that we baked yesterday in just a second. We ate from it already, so you won't be able to see like how it looked when it came out of the oven. But it's in here. And this was kind of like an experiment. I use all-purpose flour for this. I know for a fact that this bread is over fermented, but the taste is still amazing. Next time I'm gonna make some sourdough, I'm gonna use some actual bread flour and then do the overnight fermentation, and I think it will be fine. I could just feel it in the dough that it was over fermented, but it's fine. It tastes good. I let it cool down and then I just kept it in my Dutch oven. But yeah, I am in desperate need of a coffee right now. And I think I will also end this vlog here, just because we are doing the guest room today and I need my focus on actually renovating. But I will show you how it turned out in my next vlog. So if you're interested in that, then I suggest you subscribe to this channel to stay updated with what kind of shenanigans we're doing here on our little homestead. And I hope that this was interesting to you to see how we live our day-to-day lives here. And there's a lot more coming this year because the garden season is just starting. I have plans to plant out my onions and potatoes just right before we leave for a vacation. Our last average frost date here where we live is May 15. So it's still over a month until then. But if I plant my potatoes and onions out on April 22nd, and I think they should be fine. At least the potatoes, they take some time anyway to come up. And I think I'll also start my zucchini just right before we leave for vacation. But enough me blabbering about the garden. So if you've made it this far, then thank you so much for watching. I hope this was just very interesting to you and that you had fun watching it. I had fun filming this vlog, and I think I will do more of these in the future. And with that being said, if you like content like this, then please consider subscribing. And if you want to support my channel, you can do so by liking this video and commenting on it. I would highly appreciate that. And never forget, you are worthy, you are loved. I hope you have the most amazing day, and I hope to see you back on my channel next time. Bye!